Dante's Boxing Nation. Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation.
How you doing, Mickey? What you think?
Good, great.
What you think of the main event tonight? Gary Russell Jr., Johnny Gonzalez.
Oh, the whole card was great. Gary, you know, I like comebacks, so he lost one fight, and he showed you could lose in any sport. In boxing, when you lose once, people turn on you. Right. So, you know, I like how Gary just took one tune-up out, came back, and beat the guy. Not only did he beat him impressively. He stopped him. So. Right. Man,
so that loss didn't affect him at all. You don't believe?
It's boxing. You could lose on any given day. Like, you know, Floyd is the only real undefeated fighter in the sport as far as, you know. So, but Gary looked great, and Charlo and Martirosyan had a real good fight, you know, and Charlo pulled it out, but they both look good, and the Charlos both, you know, I seen his brother fight earlier on the card, and it's funny because I used to spar with them cats, even though I'm a lot smaller, but now I might have to get a gun for them though.
Yeah,
I'm about to get a gun.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, right. You know, when they was younger, they was bigger. I was more experienced, so I could, you know. But now, you know, they got a lot better.
Yeah. And what did you just real quick? So rate Charlo's performance, because some people was criticizing Jermell against Martirosyan.
This is what you got to look at. That was a high caliber fight. Martirosyan they both champions that's uncrowned pretty much. So if you would have put anybody else probably in there with Vanez tonight, he would have probably beat him, like, more than likely. Like, to me, that was a fight to where it was two A-class fighters and somebody had to lose. You know, he did a great job to me. He looked good.
How do you feel heading into April 30th, the first event of your world title?
Well, nothing is concrete yet, you know, so, but either way, when I do get back in the ring, you know, it's going to be some fireworks, I can say that.
You're the champ, so people have to come to you.
Right.
But is there any names that, you know, catch your eye? That
all big fights, like, you know, unifications. You know, I like the winner of this WBC fight coming up. I think it's Kevin Mitchell and Linares. You know, I want all big fights.
Right.
You know, like, you know, that's one thing about me. I fight 10 big fights back to back. So that's what it's about.
Not too many guys get all four of the titles nowadays, you know, for a lot of reasons.
Right.
Do you want to be to get all four of those titles before ever moving up from 135?
Probably so, because, you know, I could, you know, the weight is comfortable for me, so I could possibly do that. You know, sometimes it don't fall that way because of business purposes to having all the 4 belts, but at least maybe 3. But if I can get 4, then that'd be great.
Now, you know, talking about Floyd, your gym mate, you know, Floyd trains his ass off for every fight.
Right.
But is he going to another level?
Oh yeah, Floyd could fight next week. You know, so I hope Manny can, because Floyd is already ready. You know, he was ready 2 weeks ago, so he's already. And from what I'm hearing, Manny just kind of starting to, you know, not saying that Manny is not an animal. Obviously, they wouldn't be getting $1 trillion to fight each other. But, you know, I don't see Manny really. I see him fighting hard and actually coming to win, but I think Floyd just gonna be too much for him.
Yeah, that's the last question is, do you know, people say this has to be a good fight for boxing, for boxing to do well. Do you think, is that true?
I think that's an overrated statement. People have been saying that since the 20s.
That's true.
In boxing, like, how can one fight determine the whole? At the end of the day, if CBS picked it up, NBC, and all of that, then what does that tell you? Like, I think boxing, people have been saying that since the 20s and 30s. I think it just make one fight look even bigger, like, you know, by saying it. But obviously Floyd is #1 on the Forbes list, and he's a boxer and been fighting, and the regular networks picked it up, so I don't see any complaints. You know, it's just, I think the NBC, CBS stuff was the best thing that could have happened. So people need to thank Al Haymon instead of hating, because it's getting, you saw the ratings that it did. It's getting people that don't have cable or anything, that don't know much about boxing.
Free TV.
And they looking like, man, who are these guys? Because in boxing, people only like to hype 2 people.
Right.
And then you got 1 million great boxers. I could probably name over 100 great boxers in the sport. So
you believe the PBC series, it reaches out to all of the casual fans that weren't watching on Showtime and HBO.
That's the best thing that could ever happen to boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for your time, man.
Thanks a lot, Mickey.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Good luck.
Oh yeah, you know, y'all already know to tune in to Dante's Boxing Nation whenever y'all want the latest and the greatest.